Can't find the word. It's weird. So I played usually like always a maximum of 2 champions or 3 maybe in ranked.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like in the beginning of the season, I just played anything. Like I just didn't care. But then I started to care, and I picked 3 champions. I think it was Syndra, Casio, like both of them,
Mm-hmm.
because Syndra was for improvement. Because back then I didn't really like Orianna. I thought her champion pool, like the champion design is weird, but now I really liked her. Like I play a lot of Orianna now because I think like everyone is saying she's really good for improvement, and I believe so too.
Yeah, yeah, she is.
And it's
She's
she's
got a
strong at
solid
the moment.
laning phase, good
Yeah.
early to mid game, and she's got an insane late game, so you can't really go
What
wrong with the champion.
Yeah, what I really like about her, like, is that you can do better anytime. Like, if you don't win lane so hard, you could have done better. Like, it's really easy to point out mistakes or to
Yeah, to
find
find out
places
what
where
what happened
I
and
could,
what went wrong.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
and that's what I like about her.
Mm.
Like on Syndra, I think I started to play Syndra when I did the coachings with Den Holt back then,
Mm.
but it's some time ago. And now, as you can see, it's like 20 different champions and 20 games.
Yeah.
And I think the reason for this,
Yeah.
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 Hmm. So the reason for this is I tried to like make the please not yeah true. So I tried to climb, and then I forgot to focus on like the important parts and just thought about LP and get like a good matchup and so on. But I think it's not really good to do that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, there will be people that tell you, like, say for instance, there are people that are like, oh yeah, you can get so good at a champion that you can even win your counter matchups. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't particularly want to play Darius into Quinn if I can help it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to suffer. I want to live. Like,
Yeah.
there's a thing doing that, but it's a different ball game if not only are you picking a champion that isn't like your top three, but you're then also picking it into a counter matchup because then not only are you off comfort, but your champion innately gets countered without the enemy even putting any real effort in. You know,
Yeah. True.
like you don't have to be a god at Quinn to fuck over a Darius in lane. Like obviously it helps, but like all you have to
Hmm.
do is just proc your phase rush or ignite Nimbus cloak and run away each time, and you've pretty much just done your job. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
True.
as far as a couple hints and tips I'd give you anyway, just that I'm writing them down here. Like if you
Hmm.
want to get to D2 as quick as possible, is disable your chat.
Yeah, I have.
Good, nice. I have a lot of people that don't do that, and I'm like, this will
I had
save you.
the chat ban like half a year ago, and after that, I just disabled chat. It's worthless.
Yeah, it just doesn't function for anything.
Nope. And I reached 105 like in a really short time after it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
actually funny if you just stop typing. It's so much easier to play.
Yeah, yeah. And then the other thing is as well is you haven't got external factors like people telling you how you like say for instance if you're split pushing and somebody tells you to come and group for Drake and then you end up dying at the Drake because the reason why you were fed was because you kept killing somebody on their team over and over again, not because you mechanically outplayed two or three people at the same time.
Hmm.
It's like taking a situation out of a vacuum. That's why like a lot of split pushers they have like they don't have as much CS or kills as they should. They have a lot of assists because they have their chat, and then the ADC or support goes, Tryndamere, Fiora, or something like that. Come and help us at Drake. And it's like the reason why they're like 4 kills up on their enemy laner is because it's in a vacuum. So
Yeah.
then as soon as they turn up to a Drake fight, they either don't have cooldowns or it's a Tryndamere and Fiora trying to team fight. You know, obviously
Yeah.
these champions it's easier to team fight with mid lane champions, but you get the gist of it.
Hmm. Like usually I play a lot of side lane as a mid laner,
Mm.
because I think it's like a really easy way to get strong.
Well, yeah, Cass is
Um,
definitely good for that.
yeah, and I think like Casio and Akali are one of the two best champions for side lane if you want to play like mid lane side lane champions,
Yeah, yeah,
because you win every one of you. You legit can't lose anything if you
yeah.
play it right.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
I thought about like my last ranked experience before I like texted you,
Mhm.
and I came to the conclusion. I don't know if you even want to know, but I'll just tell you.
Mhm.
So I think I played really well for some days, and like if you scroll down a bit, like I was hard winning mid every game, like almost every game.
Mhm.
But
Oh.
I think I got like these 30% losers, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
30% auto
I got
win, 30%
yeah,
auto loss, and
I
40%
just
leaving
got
impact
a
on.
lot of them, and then I usually don't tilt, but maybe unconsciously I was a bit sad that I always win and I am not able to carry the game
Mhm.
because I think if I win lane and I am good in the game, I'm responsible of the game. Like
Mm.
it may sound stupid, but I think if I manage to win, I should be able to transfer the lead and help my team to win. But I couldn't do it in most of the games, so maybe I was unconsciously like a bit tilted of that.
Yeah.
So
That
then I got
that come
like
that can come down to the mid game more than anything, like figuring out okay, like say for instance, like I'll give you an easy example. Is like if I'm playing Darius and like I'm killing them. Like say for instance, this guy's picked Malphite top into me, and I'm killing him over and over again in a side lane. What you might unconsciously do is go, okay, now I'm really strong. I've just hit Triforce Sterak's. I can now go and run over Drake and we team fight. And then they've got like a Vayne Lulu, they've got Orianna mid, and they've got like Hecarim jungle and Malphite top, and you're sitting there. Your brain should already be telling you what's very wrong with that.
yeah,
You know, like the reason you were winning in a vacuum, I was winning against the Malphite. If I now go and take that into a situation where I'm playing against an insane team fighting comp, I'm gonna lose.
yeah, true.
And that's the same thing with what you might be doing with mid, is you might be getting these early leads, killing the enemy mid laner, getting ahead, and then you try and take fights where your jungler's weak as shit or your bot lane's weak as shit, and you're trying to compensate rather than if you just take one of the enemy team members into a side lane, kill them, and then just pressure side lane. Like, like I've had that. I've also had the opposite version of it where people are picking these like hyper carry champions, and if they just slow down a bit and actually just it's about recognizing what your role is in that certain team comp or that certain situation. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, it does.
And that's the problem is you've got this is the kind of champion where you want to go in hard side lane and you want to go and kill somebody 1v1 or hide out in their jungle. Same for Akali. But then you've got Lucian that can do that but can't always get the jump on people and needs to hit different item power spikes. You're dealing with different items, different runes, different champion, different play style. You're running TP this one, you're running Ignite that one. Like you've got
Yeah,
there's just too
too
much
much.
going on.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
runes,
exactly.
items, champions, and we're not even talking about. We haven't even like I haven't not even spectating your game and looking at your fundamentals yet, and
Yep,
there's just too
doomed.
much there.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, don't
yeah,
get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The thing is, dude, is if you were like silver or gold or something, like half of the like one of these would be Sejuani, one of them would be an ADC, one of them would be a top laner. So I'm like, that's fine. At least they're all mid laners. It's consistent in
yeah.
that respect. So that's
Because
fine.
I try to like keep an balance, but usually I do this balance in flex or in on a Smurf account because if I play like with my team, I want not like first time Lucian now to play it. Like I haven't played him in 2 weeks and or something, so I try to keep like the champions like fresh. I don't know if it makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Um, but I think I just tried to like spam ranked and grind it, so I just queued for ranked without thinking about it, and so I just picked the champions, which is
Mm.
pretty bad because I wasn't conscious about what I did.
Yeah, but as far as runes and stuff, obviously I can only like just use u.gg to be honest. I mean,
Yeah, like usually I do runes myself because it's not always the best, but I think it's
oh
okay.
yeah, no, don't get me wrong. There are times where I think
Yeah,
u.gg's being a bit high. Say for instance, because I'm a Darius player, it will recommend me some really like Resolve second, even though Nimbus Cloak and Celerity is still broken and stuff like that. Or Like there'll be games where I sometimes run phase rush into ranged matchups because they haven't got any melees, so running Conquer is pointless. Like there are
Mhm.
situations where your own insight is better, like than what U.GG's doing, but at the same time, like as far as like say for instance, I saw it earlier, like you go summon area Oriana, like phase rush Oriana is just better.
Yeah, but for improvement, this
Yeah.
one is better,
Oh
I think.
yeah, yeah,
So I just want this one, and I played Kassadin, so I have to.
yeah. Have to
Uh,
poke. Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, most of your runes are fine. Like obviously
yeah,
Conquer and Cass. I mean, some matchups you can go phase rush,
yeah. I know.
potentially. Like vice versa on a Kali, like in more extended trades. Don't know
Yeah,
why this. Don't know why this is in there. Hello, sir.
yeah, true.
But yeah,
This
it's
is
a bit more
a bit
consistent
wrong.
down this end.
Yeah, I told you I recently just started doing this because like as I said, I was losing a lot of like 30% games, and then I started to come in the 40% games where I matter, and then I fucked those up too. And
Mm,
yeah, here I am because I was like doing pretty well if you scroll down a bit more. Playing more conscious, playing less champions.
mm.
Like as you can see, like I have insane stats every game and almost carried everything like without
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
And then I just started to do this grind, and it just fucked up everything.
Just went to shit. Fair
Hmm.
enough. Let's have a look. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Z go.
Yeah, these games I think aren't even worth looking at.
Mm.
I don't
No,
know.
there's no
These
point
are
looking at a stomp.
yeah, like
That's
no, it's not even a stump. It's just me being, I think, tilted from my loss in the last few days. So
yeah, yeah. What is it? Do you run other stuff besides TP on Cass?
mm, I really like TP on Cass. So
Hmm. Fair enough.
I go TP
Maybe into more
mostly.
volatile matchups. Maybe barrier might be preferable. Just as a
Yeah, might,
consideration.
yeah. Though I really like if you like usually with Casio I just farm till tier and
Yeah.
then base TP. So
I think
I
the thing
can,
is if you're playing mid, it's not as obviously as important as top, but mid you're a bit more you can be a bit more flexible with your runes. No,
yeah,
your summoners.
summon us. Yeah,
Yeah. Like it's a short lane. As long as you that also comes down to fundamentals. As long as you sort out your minion wave properly and like let's say for instance fix freezes or anything like that or make sure it crashes properly, you can get off pretty good backs and get back to lane in time as Cass.
yeah,
But again, that's just a more we don't have to focus on that too much. It's just these are like the 1% things. Like the more fundamentals would be if I was going to talk to you about it in a second section session. But for now, we're just going over. We're basically mapping it out, if you will.
I just see I bought 18 or 16 control wards this game. Oh my god, what is wrong with me?
Jesus, what is that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's yeah.
one sec. I
Competitive
mean,
player.
yeah. I think that's
It is
part of.
just like it's in my head, like in my reflexes. If I have the gold, I buy control wards.
Yeah, I mean that's like I think like 18 times 75 is like 1,300 something. Jesus,
Yes.
dude.
That's actually insane, man.
Christ, man. That's a seekers.
Yes. But I mean, some coaches will praise me for it.
Oh
So,
yeah. Some coaches would be like, "Oh, hail the mid laner that kept the map alive." But at the
yeah.
same time, like that's a, whew.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah. So that is a lot of control wards, Chief. I
Yes.
mean, I think the maximum I would say, like as far as control wards, is I wonder how many I buy actually. To be honest, I don't buy that many, but obviously because it's top, it's a bit different.
Yes. But like mid lane, you are in the middle and you can do a lot of stuff. Oh.
One, two. That's because I'm playing on, so I can be a bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
None.
none.
Oh, it's Surf.
I buy more as. One second, let me check. Let me check my Smurf. See what I do on that. I probably buy like one or two again because I never let them get cleared. I always defend them. Two, one, two, two, and this is only if I go to split push. I need to buy one, two, and this is normally because I'm tracking where the jungler is, so I don't have to. Like I know where he is. Like that's like a thing that people don't always necessarily take into account is you don't need like it's not like extreme jungle tracking. Like say for instance you know he started red, so he's going to be path into his blue, so you know he's going to
Yeah,
be top side at level
it's a
3, so
easy
you
one.
play
I thought you
passive.
were counting CS the whole time.
No.
Okay,
No, but
that's
you
pretty
can do
hard.
basic forms of that. Like you
Yeah,
just do it based on okay, what objectives up, who's pushed up. If I'm the only lane that's pushed up, 9 times out of 10 he's going to gank me. You know, if Drake's up, he's probably on the bot. So I give like based on intelligence and based on the correct play where the jungler should be, which is why
yeah.
like I don't buy very many control wards. It's not because I could keep buying them and spamming them in the tribush over and over again. It's just a fact of, 75 gold, that's fine. 150 gold, you're getting close to a longsword there, buddy. 1,300 gold. It's fucking 4 longswords.
Yeah, yeah. This game was actually, but normally I buy like around 5 to 7 if you check.
Mm,
But this game I went a bit
a
on
little
the
bit
support
crazy.
duty.
A little bit crazy. I
Yes.
think 3 to 5. I think for me, if you're playing mid, it's a bit more prevalent mid just because you want to keep an eye on Drake, you want to keep an eye on the scuttles. Like, there's a bit more to keep an eye on, but there's a point where it starts eating into your funds for items. Like, and I think going past 5 is definitely where it's a danger to your economy.
I mean, it's situational, right? If you
Oh
need
yeah, in
them in late,
competitive
so
they're more important, but
yeah,
solo queue,
with it.
honestly, everybody's just as much in the dark as you are half the
True.
time. Right, let's have a look. Okay, so one sec. Uh,
I'm not playing Zoe anymore.
right, which one do you want scrubbed off? Echo or Syndra?
Um, I am not sure because I don't really like Syndra's spot right now in the meta.
Go.
So,
Oh yeah, no,
but I'm not
Syndra's not
playing.
that good at the moment.
Yeah, and but I'm not playing Echo either.
Ah,
So
excellent. Look at that. It all comes together.
yes, like
Alright,
if you scroll down the OPGG, you actually see Casio and Akali because they were like I decided to play both of them. So
nice. Look at that. It all comes together.
yeah, it looks so nice like this way, right?
Yeah, it looks so much better. You just add
Yes.
you add like another 100 games onto each of those champions, and you just have like 203 games on Cass, 124 games on Akali, and it looks like you're a mean mid laner.
True though.
Right. So what we want to do is Akali wants CS up to 6.9/7 per min. If you're going to be split pushing effectively and catching side waves and stuff like that, this may be because you have like a rough early phase because Akali's like pre-6. It's
I'm actually solo killing my opponent at
yeah.
least one time before 6, and then with 6 once, and then I base, and then I come out of base, and then I kill them again,
Mm,
and then I'm at 3-0 at like 10 minutes. Like it's usually like this, and then my team is like 0-10, and then I try to carry them, and then I don't CS anymore.
yeah. Okay, that's you got the reverted. Like okay, yeah. So you need just what's it?
I legit don't know how people can lose on a Kelly. Like it's so easy, man. You click Q and W, the enemy can trade back, and you hurt them so much.
Oh yeah, Akali is a grim. Grim Champ. Alright, so remember to
Yeah.
farm side lane mid game. Alright, and then let's have a look at Cass. I'm happy with the CS. I mean, maybe if you wanna put it up to 7.5.
If you scroll down a bit, I usually get like
Oh no,
10
I
to
saw you had
11.
like a
Yeah.
9.5, 9. So that's fine. That's just because you've played 100 and odd games, so you probably had some really fucking horrible cast
Yeah.
games, so that's fine. Alright.
Like mostly I get even to 11 if if my team doesn't decide to fiesta. So
Yeah, yeah.
I actually like just side lane and kill my opponent if possible, and just farm the whole jungle of my jungler and the enemy jungler.
Yeah.
I got some death threats from my team jungler because I took his whole jungle.
Feels bad, man. Yeah, no, that you
Yeah,
get that sometimes. Alright. Let's try and get your deaths down by like 0.5.
yeah. I die really often, I think,
Yeah,
like overall.
I can see that. Like your
Yeah,
deaths are quite high.
but for my like my defense is that Casio is really like in some games it's really hard to play her. For example,
Oh
Ashe is
yeah.
played really often these days. So if you are Casio and play versus Ashe, it usually gets really hard to
Yeah.
play the game. Or like Caitlyn
That's what I was
is
saying previously, dude, is if
yeah.
you play maybe one sec.
No, you're reducing even more. I just defended myself. Yeah, okay, sense. But
If you run
yeah,
into an Ash, just run this bad boy.
yeah, makes
This
sense.
not only will that, it will make
But
you focus on farming more because you'll have to farm more to keep up your tempo rather than just relying on TP to bail
yeah,
you out. Like you can't just
yeah,
go, oh, it's fine, I died, I just TP back. It's like, nah, bitch, you gotta you gotta suffer for what you did.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like,
And I would like to add Oriana to Akali and
oh, you want to add
Syndra
Ori?
actually. Yeah, because
Let's have a look. Where
oh,
am I gonna
I hope.
find this?
Oh,
Oh,
I played her
oh,
in,
okay,
in Twitch.
okay, okay, okay. We'll add Ori. We'll add Ori.
But look at my deaths. Oh my god, almost 7.
Holy shit, dude.
The thing with Ori is I play really aggressive because like I just play 1v2 the whole game. That's what I do even in competitive. I'm just playing 1v2 and then my team can do stuff.
Mm.
But like it was I think almost the same back then when I played Syndra that I over pushed my limits. Like I tried to punch my opponent so hard that I completely forget about the jungle and tracking
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
just want to
You
make
get
them bleed, you know?
intoxicated in trading.
Yeah, because it usually gets so good. Like I get some really good trades, and then I want to kill them or make them suffer even more. But then
Yeah, then you
no.
overextend and die in a long lane.
Mhm.
So maybe like in
Yeah,
situations like that, take like I know obviously it's not good for him. It is and it isn't, but running phase rush is just so good on Oriana at the moment.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's just so, like it just gets you out of almost any situation.
But
It
like
doesn't
the
really
thing is,
impede your
if
damage.
I go face rush, I make up for my bad positioning and bad trading, right? So if I don't have face rush, I have to. If I die, I actually think more about how I could solve
Yeah, but
or
no,
avoid my
there
death.
are some situations where positioning properly, so you don't get hit by a certain skill shot, or you know the jungler's top side, so you should be playing on the right hand side. Like if he knows above you, you should be playing below towards your jungler. There's stuff like that you can do, but there's some situations where you're just sitting there. The bard's roamed mid, your mid lane is your Galio mid, the Galio just ease in, Justice punches you, CCs you. The bard throws out his didgeridoo and CCs you, and like if you had phase rush, you could run, but if you don't, you aren't gonna move. You're gonna flash and die. Like there are
Yeah,
situations where phase rush just does the job. But yeah, I get where
you're
you're
right.
coming from in the sense that it basically goes, haha, get out of jail for free card.
Yeah,
You know. So I get where you're coming from. That's just up to you. Like,
you're right. Oh, I actually did quite some quarter and pentas. Nice.
looking clean. Yeah, good stuff, dude. Right. Okay. Okie pokey. The notes are here. I'll upload it on YouTube anyway, so that's
Okay.
fine. Are you EUS, by the way?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, cool, cool.
I come from Germany.
Nice. Just double checking. Right. So we got that.
Hmm.
Right. There's the notes from there so far. Okay. Okie dokie.
Like on Cass, like back then I thought about her build and how to build her.
Mhm.
And is it I usually you always buy like Leandries and how's it called, Seraphs.
Mhm.
Um, but like third, you normally go Rylais, or yeah, we go Rylais. But after that, I usually struggle between Banshees, Zonias, or Rabadons.
Mm.
And I'm not sure which one is always the best, because it's of course situational, but like
Well, yeah.
in an ideal situation, I shouldn't get hit by anything, so I don't need Banshees, except I'm
I
playing
mean,
the
the thing is,
Malphite
dude,
or
is if
something.
I watched a game, I could tell what your mechanics are like and what your fundamentals are like. And that's the
Okay.
thing is that's the difference between Phase Rush Cass and Conquer Cass.
Yeah.
Is that if you had Phase Rush, there'd be a lot more skill shots and more abilities you could dodge. But obviously, like those situations where Cass can stand in melee and out heal you, like Conqueror is
Yeah.
just is broken for. But that, like I say, that comes down to situation. If there's a lot of slows on the enemy team and they haven't got any real melees, just run Phase Rush.
Yeah.
Like say for instance, melee up in your face. Yeah. So this is an okay Conquer game. So like I
Yeah.
can actually
But
look through them and
yeah.
go
Okay.
through them really quick. So where are you? Melee, 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 melee. Good Conquer game. Melee, 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 melee. Good Conquer game. Melee, melee. See,
Oh,
this would be
actually, I lost
actually
the
this would
thing.
be an okay phase rush game because your
Yeah.
job isn't
Yeah.
inherent. You will kill the Scion with Leandries at some point anyway.
I
So,
think I actually couldn't because he was giga big.
oh yeah, well that's just what Scion does anyway. But
Yeah.
like, as long as you kill 2 or 3 people in a team and let the Camille just farm against Scion, like that's inherently how you win this game. But obviously I haven't watched the game. I can't say. You know, this
Yeah.
is just me speaking on like an even playing field. Phase rush would be good against Talon because at least you get those quick trades in, and then run out before he can hit you with W or run to the side or something like that potentially. Again, escape you'll be allowed to escape ganks graves, and you can out DPS him without conquer anyway as Cass as
Actually,
long as
pretty
you
sad to lose with these stats.
which they did.
Like, it's
Oh
actually
yeah, it's kind
pretty
of sad to
sad
lose like
to.
this,
Yeah.
yeah, because it looks like you're hard 1v9. Right, they'll be good against Jin because you can dodge his W, you can
Yeah, and
dodge
Records.
Velko's knock up, you can dodge his W. So phase rush would be broken here, in my
Yeah.
opinion,
True.
without really losing. Like Conqueror's only really good against this guy, and you're not really going to kill him unless you hit like 3 to 4 items anyway. And even then, he's probably gone like I, he should go like Titanic Sunfire and grab one magic resist item, but I don't know. Right, so
Yeah.
look,
Right.
I mean, this is a Doom game anyway, but we'll look for any sake. Melee, 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 melee. Good Conquer game. Uh, Carly. See, like you got Phase Rush here, but I mean, this
Yeah.
is probably not the best game to look at. But we'll just go over here. Melee, melee, melee. But you get what I'm doing. Like,
Yeah.
plus also taking into account slows. So, you know, like, as long as this guy can't hit E on you, you auto win against him. This is the only real guy that Conqueror and this guy Conqueror would be that good on. These two Phaser Rush would be good against because Janna W, Senna speed up. Like it's like I see you running Conqueror every game, so maybe a bit of variation would be good. But again, that comes down to your personal experience. But then if you're
I,
running Phase Rush, you don't have to run as defensive like summoners or like say for instance, you could run Conquer Cass with Ghost.
okay, I've never seen this before.
I've got a friend who plays EU West who's like Masters GM that does it. He runs all sorts of shit. Like sometimes he'll run Cleanse with Phase Rush. Sometimes he'll run Conqueror of Ghost. Sometimes he will just run what you're running, which is TP of Conqueror. But like he'll run this into passive lanes where he doesn't have to innately do anything.
Okay. I
But
think it
like
would be maybe fun to talk with him about matchups if he plays Casio a lot.
yeah, I can send him a message and ask, but I think
Okay.
I don't
Okay,
know what
nice.
he's up to now. I haven't spoken to him in ages, but
Okay.
like because he was doing like an unranked to Masters, I think, and I messaged him ages ago, but he said he didn't know what he was up to. But
Okay.
long story short, like I scroll down his history, and you like it looks like it's like a basic almost a cast one trick. You can look at cast players on like servers and stuff like that and see what they run. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, you want to run what's optimal for climbing to diamond two. So you go and when you do GG, you just select D2 plus and see what they're running.
I think I run Phase Rush in 2 matchups. These are Ori and Vel'Koz because they are two of the worst
Mm.
matchups.
Yeah,
But
yeah, because they just poke you. Yeah.
yeah, and they are both really long range.
There's one phase rush game there, and there's another one. Yeah, yeah. So you do run it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's fine. Yeah. So I'd say maybe spite like try give it a go with running stuff other than TP, but then that will come down to you having to concentrate on farming more and focusing on your backs. Like say for instance, when I play Darius, um, it's a lot more different than like because I play competitive as well. I play in the UK scene,
Okay.
and obviously you
Okay. Nice.
can't really run Ghost top in a
Yeah.
5v5 because then every Drake
Yeah.
or Rift Herald's going to be like
Yeah.
a 4v5. So like you'll see me switch to like Resolve and then I'll run TP or like I've run Phase Rush sometimes. And basically my playstyle completely changes from when it's in solo queue, where as long as I'm ahead in solo queue, I can just walk to the Drake, miss out on like 10, 20 CS in a side lane, get the Drake, and then come back and kill my laner, and that's fine. But obviously in competitive is a lot different. So maybe I think you're partly holding on to this competitive element a bit too much.
Yeah.
Like
No.
this is
Possibly.
solo queue at the end of the day.
Yeah. Possibly.
Like that's also what the control ward obsession as well. I think
Yeah.
ties into it a bit.
But look, if I actually would have just played Casio and you see my like watch my win rates on Casio, I think I would have been up more
Yeah. No, I get you.
60%.
No, I think if
Yeah.
you took all these collective games and then
Yeah.
just jammed them into cash, you would be D2 by now, probably.
Yeah. Probably.
That's just a guess. I mean, you could play another 300, 400 cash games with a 49% win rate. I don't know because I haven't seen how you. Oh, it's true. It's true. I've had some
You're
people
cursing
like
me now. Oh no.
that. Oh, Omega lol. But yeah, no, you get what I mean. Like you could be a god. Like yeah, I don't know because obviously I haven't seen you play. So,
Yep.
but we can do that. We can go over that next session.
Yep.
I
Sure.
can either spectate a live game or I can spectate a game that you're happy for. Either if it was, I'd prefer to look at a loss that
Yeah.
that
Same.
you could have impacted on if you'd have either like performed better mechanically or you applied more fundamentals in the laning phase or even like what the fuck were you supposed to do with yourself in the mid game, for instance.
Yeah.
You know,
Makes sense.
because that's where I see a lot of people slip up. Is like they'll go. I've got plenty of Z players. They'll go like 9-1 in laning phase. You think, all right, cool, this is nice, and then they just keep sprinting it down mid with their Yomus and trying to 1v2 and just die over and over and over and over again.
That's me in season 7 or 8.
All
I
right, I'm
was
ahead
that
now. I
OTP
can
back then.
1v3.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
have like 360k points on that. I was OTPing him back then.
hmm
So sometimes I'm playing him now because he's like has an OG factor, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Like, he's the boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair
But
enough.
I got so trash on him because I like the whole muscle memories aren't like I forgot about them.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, like the trading
Unbelievable.
patterns and the combos and
Yeah.
the triple shuriken and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Zed's the kind of champion where you have to be 0 or 100%. Like you can't just half-ass him, otherwise it's a bit noomed.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah. Uh, is there anything else you wanted to cover, by the way? Because obviously, like next session we can go into a game and stuff. But as far as
Yep.
runes, I'm happy with. Like obviously switch them up a bit more depending on enemy team comp and stuff like that. But have had a couple of games of phase rushing anyway, so I'm not fussed about it. Um, what do you
I
ban
mean,
if you're playing Cass? Because I don't really see, although Malzar's like a worse matchup, I don't really
oh,
see Malzar in solo queue.
I think I usually ban Yasuo because first I don't want my team to play him, and second so it's getting pretty weird if I play against him because he's really slippery and you have
Yeah,
to
trying to hit Q on him unless you've ulted him is
yeah,
a pain in the ass.
and
Yeah.
it's just annoying. So I usually ban this. Yes,
Mm, that's fair enough. Let's have a look.
I mean I don't have to be scared of Malzahar's in Diamond 4. So
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I wouldn't be scared
it's
of
maybe a bit
Xeraths
cocky,
in
but
Diamond 4 either.
yeah, it's maybe a bit cocky, but I think I should be able to beat them if I play
Yeah.
right.
I
So
think I think the only champions she really struggles with are either all in or long range.
yeah, long range is
Yeah.
really pain in the ass because all in you can always outplay, but
Long
yeah,
range you
like
just get whittled down.
yeah,
Yeah, so maybe in situations like this, maybe like having
phase rush.
Ghost or Phase Rush even.
I think in this matchup I would actually play Ghost, not Ghost, Heal and Flash and phase rush.
Yeah, you just try switching it up. Like
Yeah,
if it works for you, it does. If it doesn't, then at least you tried it.
like usually I try to act like consciously think about runes and but like mostly Conqueror is the best option anyway. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's
I
just
don't
so
run
good
in a
once you
lot
get it
of
fully stacked up.
yeah no. I mean I nearly never encounter Xerath or these
Yeah, no,
champions.
you barely run into. Its problem is
Yeah,
it's like me playing top lane. It's like this. Obviously top lane is very counter matchup orientated,
yeah.
and it's like you ban Fiora most of the time, or you ban Camille, and then the one time you leave, you don't ban Vayne or something, and they're like a fucking Vayne top player, and it's like, okay, well I just have to dodge, you know. There's just nothing you can do there because that motherfucker's either taking Presty attack or phase rush and going ignite.
Oh my god, it's really dirty.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like I don't know how people like that sleep at night. But anyway, so long story short, the key things to take away from this is 2, 3 champions. Actually, no, I've already got them all typed up here. All right,
No. I
goal
just
was
have to
D2.
yeah.
Too many champions. 2 to 3 champions, preferably. So Cass, Akali, Oriana.
Yeah. I
Do
think
not
pretty solid.
play if you're autofilled, just dodge or ask for your role. But even then, what you can do is you can open up GG your team and
Yeah,
see, okay, is this
I always do it.
worthwhile? Yeah, yeah, exactly. If this is worthwhile, if not, dodge as well. Take the -3, don't take the -20. Obviously, you've already done that, so I have to worry about that. Try out different summoners on Cass. Uh, don't just try and keep 3 to 5 control wards as a limit. Don't get sucked into competitive.
Hmm.
Get your CS per min up on Akali. Uh, Remember to farm side lane, obviously mid game. Get your deaths down. Cast get your CS up 7.5. Reduce deaths by 1. That taking phase rush and taking defensive summoners will definitely help with that. Obviously, like you can go seekers into Zed, Yone, Talon, and then if you need to rush
Yeah.
a Banshees, or even just get like a magic, like a null magic thing, like the 450 gold. Even just
I
grab
think
one of
I
those against poke.
I think the health like from Ruby Crystal is more worth in some
Hmm.
instances because it builds into my core items. So I think
That's fair enough. I mean, that
yeah,
again, that just comes down to preference. Like, say for instance, if it's Elise jungle and Xerath mid or
yeah,
something like that, then getting
true.
magic would be fine. If it's like an AD jungler and an AP mid, then just keep building your item. Just get the health components first.
Yeah.
Um, but that comes down again down to taking cleanse or heal or ghost or barrier. Uh, get your deaths down on Oriana. Taking phase rush will probably help with that. or even defensive summoners. Uh, and then like I do the same thing for top lane. Is that I pick like Ornn, Shen, Marco, and this kind of stuff, and I think, oh boy, you know what? I'll go and play it in solo queue, and then obviously like nobody's at the Drake at the right time, nobody's team fighting properly. You've all ulted 3 or 4 people, and there's no follow up. So like, don't take what you play in competitive a pinch of salt, and basically don't try. Like, take the good elements, take the positive elements, and don't take the elements that don't translate across at all.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Um, as far as bans, I mean, again, that's personal preference, but like, this is just apparently obviously U.GG, but like, I can see why Yas would be an okay matchup for Cass, because you can just point blank arm in the face, and then as long as you hit Q, it's
Yeah, but
okay.
he can just wind wall it. Like
Yeah, as long if
the
he's got the
animation
reaction
is,
time. But again, this like if this
yeah,
was
it's
Masters GM,
diamond, but like the Casio ult is so slow. I think if he can't react to it,
yeah, it's like a 0.75 cast time.
yeah,
Yeah, so I think honestly, just ban what makes you like what's preferable for you.
yeah,
There are more optimal bans in my opinion, but like you're the mid laner, it's what you're comfortable with.
yeah, true.
So
Like
that's fine.
Akali is a terror matchup too, but I think if I want to play her, I should ban her, right? Because I think it's pretty good if you are a bit flexible, if you have like 3 picks, so you
Mm.
can adapt a bit. So
Yeah, being a complete, when people say, "I'll just pick one champion and climb," it's like, yes, but also no.
yeah,
Like
I
you
mean
need
if
you need a
you
backup. You need
yeah, if you see Caitlyn Morgana and then Elise or something in jungle with range and CC, so I think it's not a really good Casio game.
no for sure. Like there are some games where some champions just cannot function.
Yeah,
So that's a whole different thing. When people say one trick, they mean like Tryndamere or something like that, where he just ignores the enemy team comp because he just does his own thing anyway.
true.
But that's
But you
that's
have
I think
like
that's the
GP or something,
misconception.
right?
What would you say?
GP is
Oh
also a
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. Where you just farm from ranged.
Yeah.
You've got a couple rough matchups, but you still just do your thing.
I mean, if you're good, you win everything, I think,
Yeah,
on
yeah, oh
GP.
yeah. If you're clean enough and you get your kegs off right and you space properly, like the
Yeah.
laning phase is your oyster. But yeah, if there's anything else you want to cover, if not, dude, it was good talking with you, and we can arrange another session to go over either
Yeah, sure.
spectating one of your games or overviewing like a game you've already played.
Yeah, as you want, actually.
Cool. I will look to schedule it as soon as possible. I'm just trying to sort out my work schedule at the moment.
Okay.
Alright. Nice talking with you, dude.
Yeah, was nice meeting you.
Yeah, have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye bye.